going to look at the issue of hijab and what happened in the courts today, a day after the face-off over the right to wear the hijab, forced closure of schools and colleges in Karnataka for 3 days. Today, the Karnataka High Court referred the matter to a larger bench. They even refused to pass an interim order as sought by the petitioners. So has the debate been laid to rest, at least for now, until the Chief Justice constitutes a larger bench? These scenes point out otherwise. These are not protests in Karnataka. They have now spilled on to many states, from neighboring Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh and Puducherry to as far as West Bengal, which also saw students hitting the streets in large numbers. But there is a pattern in all of this, say some. All of these protests are held in non-BJP ruled states and in Karnataka, where the party's momentum seems to be hitting a roadblock. Elections are due in the state next year, but the BJP is facing internal rebellion and dissent, with the opposition waiting for an opportunity to strike. So the legitimate question that we are asking, are these protests a coincidence or are they crafted? That's the question, and that's the straightforward question I want to ask Mr. Varis Pathan. Mr. Varis Pathan, is it a coincidence that protests that have to begin in Karnataka, just like that, go to Andhra, they go to Tamil Nadu, they go to West Bengal, all the states where the BJP is not there? Sanyog ya prayog?
Well, Navika, first and foremost, let me tell you, first and foremost, the notification issued by the BJP-led Karnataka government is unconstitutional. It is violation of Article 14, 15, 19, 21, 25 of the Constitution, because it is against the Puttaswamy judgment, which suggests about choice of freedom. Nobody can say or nobody can tell me that I should wear this, I should eat this food, I should do that, I should marry at this age, I should marry a particular person. It is the individual right of a particular person. It's the freedom of choice. And this is against that. They have been wearing this hijab since long. All of a sudden, what happened just yesterday? You saw so many.
Not them wearing hijab forever. I want to show you pictures. I want to show you pictures. Let me show you pictures of the group photographs that were taken in the college just a few years ago, 2009, 2010. And Nizam Bhai, if we can show those pictures, you'll see that in those pictures, nobody is wearing the hijab in that group photograph. You have a television screen in front of you. Please take a look. The hijabs have come out in the recent past.
Yes.
And these hijabs were not to be seen earlier on. So Sanju Verma, the straight question is, ye suddenly hijab ki requirement, demand, protest, why is this happening all of a sudden?
Navika ji, पहली बात तो मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी, Varis Pathan has raised the Puttaswamy judgment, and this Puttaswamy judgment is being spoken of repeatedly by people who are supporting hijab. So let me tell you that in the Puttaswamy versus the Union of India judgment, all that was said was that the right to privacy is a fundamental right. But the same Puttaswamy judgment also said that in some matters, the center cannot encroach on the domain of the state. And Varis Pathan, education under the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution is a state subject. So the Karnataka state government has the prerogative to frame rules.
And I want to ask Varis Pathan Saab to look at the picture, running on your screens right now. और इस तस्वीर में आप देखेंगे कहीं हिजाब का नामो निशान नहीं है, और ये भी 10 साल पुरानी पिक्चर है, 10-11 साल पुरानी पिक्चर है तब, और लेटेस्ट वाली भी है, लेटेस्ट वाली 21-22 की पिक्चर्स भी हैं, इसमें भी हिजाब नहीं नजर आ रहा। तो मुझे ये बताइए, ये मुद्दा हिजाब का बना कौन रहा है? ये सडनली आपका इस्लाम खतरे में क्यों पड़ जाता है? हर छोटी सी बात पे इस्लाम खतरे में पड़ जाता है।
मुसलमान डर जाते हैं।
देखिए, इस्लाम कभी भी खतरे में नहीं पड़ेगा इंशाअल्लाह। जब तक ता कयामत तक इस्लाम हमेशा बुलंद रहेगा। इस्लाम ता कयामत तक खतरे में नहीं पड़ेगा। नविका, you allow me to make my point now without any interruption. I will make my point in a minute, and I will just. These things were going on. The hijab was being worn in by the Muslims since last 1400 years. It is stated so in our Quran also. A Muslim woman and a man should protect their
Will
chastity.
you
A woman
go
should
to the
protect her
court,
body by
dressed
filling
like
a
a
will
circus
on her.
clown?
Why this suddenly?
Will you be allowed
And let
to
me tell you
go
who
to
were
the
the
court?
boys.
Well,
The 50
you know,
boys
Sanju
who
Verma,
entered the campus
Sanju
in
Verma,
Mandya
let's
College
not call
and
people
heckled
wearing
the
hijab
girl,
clowns. You know, so don't compare it. Don't
she was
compare it
going-
like that. But we've all been to school. Waris Pathan Saab, we have all been to school.
this
हमने
is
यूनिफॉर्म
not
पहना है,
proper.
आपने भी
I want
पहना
to make my
होगा.
point. Allow me to make my point. Otherwise, I don't want to. I don't want to debate with this lady, please. If you want, if you're interested, that I should make my point, I will make my point. Otherwise, I have no intention to speak with this lady.
Sanju Verma ji, allow him to
No, if she
speak
wants
first.
lower
Allow
hand,
him
then I
to
will make
speak.
my point.
You
This
have
is
made
not
your
the way.
point,
This is not the way
Sanju
to
Verma ji.
conduct a
Allow
debate.
Waris Pathan to speak. 1 minute, Sanju ji. Sanju ji, you can't speak over everybody. Waris Pathan.
अल्लाह अकबर से परेशानी नहीं है, जय श्री राम से परेशानी है, डिबेट कराकर हमको तहजीब
Well, Navika, in our country, we talk about pluralism, secularism. We live in a democracy. Here, our Sardar brothers, I have many friends, Sardars. You must be also having. We have seen their sons going to the college and school wearing a turban on their head. We have no objection, go. But why? When a Muslim woman, she wants to wear a hijab, she wants to go to the college or school, there is objection. And who are those boys who entered the college campus yesterday? We have got the videos. We can show you that.
Nobody is supporting. Nobody is supporting anybody wearing saffron shawls and coming and trying to heckle, students in college campus. I, for one, will never support something like this. The saffron shawls are as much out of tune as hijabs are. My point is just one. My point is just one, Waris Pathan. क्यों हिजाब के चक्कर में बच्चियों से आप एजुकेशन का हक छीन रहे हैं? क्यों नहीं उनको आप आजाद ख्यालों का होने देते हैं?
हम लोग कोई एजुकेशन नहीं छीनना
तो
चाहते।
ये
अक्टूबर
अक्टूबर 8 की पिक्चर्स में, अक्टूबर 8 2021, they were not wearing hijabs. They were not wearing hijabs. Why are they insisting on hijabs today?
21% people going to
Is
college and school.
this a political gimmick? Is this a political gimmick, Waris Pathan Saab?
Permits us, the religion, give a choice.
This is not
But the choice was
No,
not
it is
being
not a political
exercised
choice.
6 months
It's a
ago
freedom.
or
It's a
3 months
constitution-
ago.
Constitution. If the constitution has given me the right, it is my choice, freedom of choice, and I'm utilizing. What is the harm? Whosoever wants, you want to wear a sari, you can wear a sari. You want
No,
to
I
wear
can't
salwar
wear a
kameez, you
sari
wear
to
salwar
school.
suit. If
Sir,
my sister, my daughter, my mother, she wants to wear a hijab,
I
who
could
is
never
Modi to
have worn
stop
a
me?
sari to
Tomorrow
school.
Modi will say, don't
What
eat
are you
this.
talking?
Tomorrow Modi
Have
will
you
say,
been
don't
to
wear there,
school?
don't go there, don't go here.
Have
We
you
are
been
living
to
in a
school,
democracy.
sir? Have you been to school?
No, I haven't been to school. No, I have not been to
तो
school.
फिर
I just
तो
become a lawyer
आप
like that.
यूनिफॉर्म
I
पहनकर
haven't
नहीं
been
गए
to
थे?
school.
आप
I have seen
यूनिफॉर्म
my school, my Sardar friends wearing turban. Nobody objects, and I don't object. I like that. I like that way. But why all of a sudden, who is spreading this hatred? Who are radicalizing those goons who came yesterday to the compound?
Well,
in
I
Mandya?
will rest my case. I will rest my case on this picture. This picture of 2009, 2010, where none of these children are wearing any hijabs in the same college. And if 2009, 2010, they were not wearing, and even on October 8, 2021, they were not wearing hijabs, then where have these protests on hijabs really come from? And why are they surfacing in certain states, in certain pockets? वो एक गाना भी है, कहीं पे निगाहें, कहीं पे निशाना. वारिस पठान साहब, हिजाब का प्रॉब्लम कर्नाटका में और उत्तर प्रदेश है आपका निशाना.
कहीं पे नहीं है, निगाहें कहीं पे नहीं है. These are the people who wants to spread hatred in our country.
आप मोहब्बत फैला रहे हैं.
Want to spread
आप
hatred.
मोहब्बत फैला रहे हैं.
For hijab.
Well, I think public बहुत समझदार है, और ये जो public है ये सब जानती है. People of India know what's a political card, what's an experiment, and what is being done here. The question is, why do we fall into these traps repeatedly, one after another after another? Think about it, viewers. Thank you for joining me on, and as I thank you, viewers, stay safe, and we'll meet tomorrow, 8 p.m. Same show, same place, same channel. The news are at 9.